Hello, everybody. How's it going? So tonight, last time we got into the oil a little bit, and I kind of want to go deeper. I was talking to my boy about it, and he definitely was like, something's too fishy. Like, why is everything off? So I guess without any more, let's jump into it. Um, Here we go. I went to ChatGPT, of course. How many barrels of oil daily? Blah 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 blah. It tells me this and that. 100 million barrels. So there's 42 gallons in a barrel. It's quite a bit of oil, gas. I mean, whatever. So let's see here. So they kind of broke it down by region, which it's fine. Whatever. See how much everybody's using. Transportation, whatever. But those cars on the road, and that's kind of what I based this off of. As I kept going, population totals for each region. There we go. You can check it all out if you guys want to go slower. But so basically, that's what the world population is, 8 billion. Now, I don't know if everybody knows this, but out of 8 billion, only 3.5 billion people make $10 or more a day. And it's kind of hard to own a car or buy gas if you don't make more than $10 a day. So I kind of went on that theory and then kind of added some other numbers. So you'll see as we get down here. But they break it down per region again. But I'm trying to walk ChatGPT through what I want to know. It's never that helpful. It always tries to hide something, it seems like, which usually indicates I'm on the right path. So it breaks it down. Yeah, we all know wealthier nations spend more money, buy more gas, blah blah blah. I was kind of surprised at that, you know. I thought that would be higher. I also thought that would be a little bit higher. But it is what it is. So there we go. Kind of starting to see how we get to our 3.5 billion. There we go. Now see, it said that. So then I had it just, tell me how much gallons of gas. I, I don't think that's right because it ends up coming up with like 4.2 billion. And then I went online because, well, ChatGPT just quit talking to me, so I had to go to Googs. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out like how many vehicles are on the road that don't use gasoline. Because I was thinking that I should deduct those from the number of drivers that are possible in the world to try to get to a more accurate number. But in the end, there's no need to just subtract, as you'll see later. That it's insane what's going on here. So technically, 1.5 billion are diesel. I mean, we don't care about the jets. Liquid propane gas vehicles. It's still a fair amount of cars. There's also CNG, compressed natural gas. I didn't get to include that here, but it's on something later. You'll see. Electric vehicles, they always say they're taking over, but I mean, it's really kind of a small share of what we're talking about. And this number, it depends on where you go. Like Google's AI says 62 million, then Google itself on websites say 20 to 40. Just depends. I tried to base everything off of the year 2023 to keep it just simple so we weren't like, newer facts mixing with older facts to confuse this situation. Summary of global vehicle usage. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much what we were talking about there. And this is per day, if you can believe that. Now, I know that this is probably inflated 6 months ago, I watched a video on how much they claim to put into a plane, and you just can't fit that volume in there. It would have been enough to, like, you know, an underground swimming pool or something like that. Usually takes like 2 water trucks to fill it up. It was more than that, and this is not going to fit on a plane. Plus the weight of it. So the video went on to explain that actually when they're up at cruising altitude, they burn almost no fuel because they recirculate their exhaust and the airflow mixture and the turbine's already spinning. A jet engine is actually very efficient at altitude at a cruising speed, which I didn't know, but now everybody knows. You guys could know that too. So we keep going through here. We don't really care about market trends. Yeah, the same question. Like, okay, so here we go. People per region. Let's see here. LPG vehicles. Yeah, they're breaking it all down for me. So now what I'm trying to do is get like some sort of a chart going. Kind of what we're looking at for who's driving what. So this is where I start to get a little, I mean, it could be my wording too, but basically I'm trying to figure out like how many people could possibly be driving, and then how many barrels we make a day of gas, or how many gallons of gas. Kind of break it down so we see how much gas is available per vehicle per day, so we could see how much of this oil story is bullshit or truth. So that's kind of what I'm doing there. Comprehensive breakdown, sure, that's great. So now they're going to, I did have them deduct the vehicles that weren't burning gasoline. So that's where they're at now. I don't know if that's quite right, but okay. So they're deducting from the total population. We haven't got into the income yet. So here we go. Total population earning more than $10 a day, 3.5 billion. I've gotten that same number from a lot of places. Yeah, I didn't know what this shit was, so I was like, something didn't calculate right, you know, tried to run it again. So here we go. Now this is $10 or more per day, so, but not less than 10. Here we go. Now we got a new chart. Population earning $10 a day, 1.76 billion. This drops her down pretty good. Global gasoline production 100 million barrels, approximately 4.2 billion gallons daily production. So that's a huge number. I don't think I didn't realize, most people probably don't realize like how many it takes to make a billion, but it's a bazillion. That's a big number. So yeah, I basically, you know, cut and pasted their shit they put up there because it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just a bunch of mumble jumble. So then it tries to go over it again. And yeah, kind of the same mumble jumble. And the numbers so far, I'm not sure how that, I don't know how they got that. So it didn't work out that way. And I could have messed up the math, so we'll go over my table here in a second and make sure I didn't screw it up, because ChatGPT just couldn't put it together for me. It's a quick visual aid, yeah, not really. For us to use every gallon of gas, daily provided per person. There we go. So, okay, so let's see if it's gonna do what I say. I don't know if it did this time or not. So we're gonna adjust for the alternate fuels. So gasoline per person, per day 1.68. Because there's 2.5 billion, 4.2 billion gallons. Now, that's after the adjustment, yeah. Okay. I was trying to see because, I mean, realistically, if you're making $10 a day, you're probably not gonna have a car or buy a lot of gas. So this is where I was kind of thinking, it's not actually like a bell curve because the rich people have all the money. So once you start getting up to where it's a decent wage, the percentage of the population is like nothing, you know, and then I bet you keep going up with this, it's gonna get so bad that you're gonna realize that like 0.001% are making all the money, you know. I mean, there's just not gonna be hardly any people there that are making the money. So global population, we're going that way. How the global population, that many people make that much money? Okay. So yeah, this I hope this is accurate. My table's wrong. I hope I screwed up somewhere because this is more believable and still excessive. Like you're making $20 a day, you're probably not going through that much fuel. And this is an average from a year daily value, so they're talking Saturday, Sunday. You're still supposed to use this much gas. They're making that much gas anyway, so I mean, you just gotta go from there. Keep in mind, diesel and jet fuel come off of the barrels also, but they're not counted in this total. So now, look at that. If the people that make 100 a day, which I mean, if you're not making 100 a day in the USA, it's not good. That's getting by. 73 gallons of gas a day. One. Average miles per gallon. So you can see what I'm trying to nail down here. You know, how many miles does the average person drive, then how many miles per gallon does their car get, average car. It's trying to get down here, and then, you know, you can see. Wow, some get 50. Oh, that's great. Great for the environment. We're all worried about the climate change. Wah, wah, wah. For commute miles above both ways. And I think I was just asking it to do too many things. Like it just gets haywire from here. Daily average. So yeah, that's where I asked it about the weekends, and yeah, that's what it says. It's basically off for a year. So that's cool. Yeah. Conclusion: it's a shitload of gas a day. And not that many people can afford a car because most people are poor in the world. Being from the USA, I kind of in my head always thought it was like it is around here, but that's just not the way it is. You got people in Africa that, you know, and all over, not just Africa. I think the Middle East is probably some of the poorest areas. So now at this point, the reason the chart fell off here is because if you deduct the vehicles that aren't using gasoline, then you don't have any vehicles left. If it falls, so there's less people that make $30 a day than there are vehicles that don't run on gas. So it screws it up. And I think the reason the numbers are different up above is because they were doing the wrong thing with the adjustments for the vehicles with gas. I think they were taking the numbers off at the wrong spot. So total gallons of gas. So know, if everybody that makes $20 a day has a car, they'd be going through 15.6 gallons of gas a week. And I think that's way off from my other thing, but that would be not too bad, except for I don't believe everybody making $20 a day can have a car. I mean, the insurance, you know, modern, countries like the Western countries, they're going to be the ones that are mostly driving cars because everybody else is kind of poor. I mean, Russia, China, they got cars too, but you'll see if you look into this on your own that it's a pretty big drop off when we get to some other countries. Just nobody has a vehicle. They're all busing it or trains or something. So there we go by income bracket. Yeah, $60 a day. You're getting 46.8 gallons. It's just so much. You're not using that. That's daily. I mean, that's. Yeah, well, I guess no. Is that weekly? Okay, weekly. So that's still a lot. Yeah, why don't you fish the chart? It does. The ChatGPT, it just does not like to play with me. So yeah, if you're making $100 a day, basically if the rule was you got to make $100 a day to buy a car, that's how much gas is available for you to purchase every week. We're still on weekly, yeah. Okay. This is where I was like, wait a minute, I think we're doing it wrong. Oh, they're deducting it from the population totals before the income bracket calculations. Okay. That might be part of it too. And then we get to where we're, screw it up. Table doesn't work because we're negative, 0.58 billion. There's a train coming by if you guys hear it. Yeah, that sort of explains that. Okay. Then I'm asking about the military, and I was going to ask about off-road usage, but it doesn't. It ends up not liking me before that, I think. See here, it's screwing up. Because with income change, we know that the gallons per person are going to change. And it stayed the same. So that's clearly wrong. Doing it again here. So ChatGPT doesn't like to listen, or I guess maybe I wasn't clear. So yeah, I don't know what it's trying to do. So it makes the adjustments, and now the gallons are, increasing with our cutoff limit for the amount of money you have to make to own a car, and that makes sense. I mean, but it's insane. I mean, are you shitting me? 1,220 gallons of gas a week? That's knuckin' futz. In Europe, you'd be getting 7,000. So that's the other thing too. They're breaking it out by region. It's going to be much simpler to see the global picture. Knowing what we know about how the economies are across the world now, that we know most of the weight's carried with the industrial countries or whatever, the more successful countries. And it can't do any more calculating. And this is actually the second time I got probably 3 questions in, and it just locked up on me. So I had to start a new chat feed. So I was like, okay, this is fucked. So I just downloaded Libre Free Office and busted out an Excel spreadsheet, started filling in my questions myself, and then worked out the math. So Yeah, I think that's where I screwed up. I think I got too many there. Yep, too many. 'Cause, yeah, there's a million, so it should be. We could change it right now. Let's see. Well, we just got to get rid of some zeros. We got to get rid of. Let's see where we're at. Rid of that one. Oh wait, no, wrong one. Shit. Whoops, sorry. I probably should have caught this before. Oh man. Okay. No, I was at the right spot. Where did I get, well, I must have got different information. Let's see. Let's just try it again. Oh shit. Well, that's totally different. Okay. 3.8 billion. That changes things. So, see, I'm glad I went over it again. Where was I at? Okay. So, calculator equals 3800. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Oh shit. Hey, you motherfucker. 3 billion. 8 million. Thousands. Hundreds. Times. Oh wait, no. We're not times anything. That's it. Okay, yeah, so this just needs to say 3.8. So we just gotta do. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Well, was that barrels or gallons? Gallons per day, okay. 96.4 million barrels a day. So they're not getting very many gallons of gas out of each barrel. That's kind of weird. Are they getting like 10? Less than 10? Let's see here. 90 barrels a day. Oh, 42 gallons in a barrel, okay. Alright, so, well, then, I guess, I don't know. Sometimes the videos don't make any sense. When you figure it out, you fucked up, I guess. But anyway, so if everybody's making $20 a day and they're using 2 gallons a day, this is excess. So I figured everybody's using at least 2 gallons a day to get to work. If you're getting like average of 15 miles a gallon, going 30 miles or less to work, just stop at this gas station or grocery store or whatever. So that's where you're at. But I guess, it's not a waste of time because we get to see what, we get to see where we're at. Now, where did I get that you know, I swear I got that number from somewhere though. I don't know. 3.8. Okay. Well, you guys can see what's happening here. But so, I mean, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think somebody's got to make a day to be able to afford a car? $60 a day, that's 300 a week. Well, you're definitely not making a car payment. You're barely probably paying for insurance, and that's if you're living in a tent, pretty much. At least where I'm at, it's not that cheap. So, anyway, that guy would have um, 5 gallons extra for him, and that's per person. So, if we look at the 4 gallons extra per person on the guy that's making 300 a week, which is 60 down. So we go to 60 down here. That's 500 million people. You're talking 2.5 billion extra gallons of gas per day. Is that right? 500, yeah. 2.5 billion roughly extra per day. And that's if everyone making this has a car. Which in the poorer countries, maybe they can swing it. But here, you're pedaling your bicycle if you're making that kind of money. I mean, it's just not happening. So, anyway, that's kind of how I got back into it. I'm actually kind of relieved it wasn't as bad as it was before. I don't know if you guys saw, but it was like 1,100 extra gallons. I was like, what in the fuck? They're gonna. What are they doing with all that gas? So, and that is keep in mind after we deduct for this one. This is actually an equation. So it's after we deduct. See this number down here. That's after this military and off-road use gas gets taken off of the amount produced. So that gets us down to a lower number. So I took all that in. So basically, and this doesn't deducting anybody out of this, 500 million people that are driving diesels or compressed natural gas or propane or electric, which we know there's quite a few diesels on the road. That right there alone is over half of that number. So, now you're starting to look like, if you deduct those, it starts to look like the guy that's making $60. That works with these numbers down in the 80, 90 range, which is an extra, 9 to 15 gallons excess per day. Because this would be your daily allotment of gas that if we used everything that was produced. So now you take that times, it's a lot of extra gas. So I don't know where it's all going. But yeah, I copied some of the information just to put it on the table for reference of the articles I got some of the stuff from. But anyway, if anybody wants a file or something, I can send them this spreadsheet. They can play with it and change the facts and see what they think. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this one, and let me know if you want me to do any more of these where you just kind of dive in with me and see how stupid I am or if I'm on the right thing here. I'm thinking about doing one that explains gematria. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that, but sometimes when I'm looking into things that are just they're out there, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I do this stuff for fun, so some of those things are pretty far out there. And if I run into a dead end, I'll hit gematria and I'll do some crazy stuff there. And sometimes it leads to leads for no reason, and that's why I use it, because it does tend to do something. I kind of look at it like tarot cards though, so I don't like to mess with it that much. It's kind of a dark thing, but it does work. I mean, I typed in some stuff last night, and it was like, holy shit, it was right on point. Especially about Tennessee and the hurricane, or the hurricanes and the floods down there and everything. Um, so, but anyway, if you like these, I'll do more. If you got any subjects you want me to do, shoot me some in the comments. I'm always looking for stuff to learn about. So, until then, like, subscribe, fuck off, whatever. When it comes to the truth, we go hard as fuck.